watching Capital City News, your connection to Salt Lake City government. I'm your host, Poonam Kumar. For this week's episode of Capital City News, we'll be talking to Sophia Nicholas with the city's Department of Sustainability about ways we can help clear the air. And our History Minute is about Utah's 15th governor, Olene Walker. Let's start off with our legislative update and look back. Board members of the Redevelopment Agency of Salt Lake City have chosen Derek Kitchen as the vice chair for 2017. This is Kitchen's second consecutive year as vice chair. He serves in leadership with Lisa Adams, whose 2-year term as chair finishes at the end of this year. The board is made up of members of the City Council. Throughout the month of January, the city welcomed public input on building design, safety and security issues, and more on 4 new homeless resource centers at a series of workshops, community council, and city council meetings. To share your input, visit Open City Hall at peakdemocracy.com/4278. The next public opportunity to provide comments will be held on Tuesday, February 7th at 7 p.m. at the next City Council formal meeting. On the opening day of the Utah legislative session, over 6,000 people filled the Utah State Capitol Rotunda, following the National Women's March to call out attention to local women's rights issues, discrimination, sexual assault prevention, and more. The event was one of the largest Capitol demonstrations in Salt Lake City. Longtime business leader and philanthropist Tom Guinea was presented with a key to the city from Mayor Jackie Biskupski for his 36 years of building community, historic preservation work, and ongoing leadership in the Salt Lake City restaurant industry. During the winter months, Salt Lake City experiences red alert days, better known as inversion. And oftentimes this can lead to major air pollution and health effects. Sophia Nicholas, communications manager for the city sustainability department, is here to share with us how we can help clear the air.
The city has really taken air quality seriously. Every time we have an inversion, our air pollution doubles in the valley. And so we need to do everything we can internally and externally to encourage folks to reduce their contribution to the air. So for the city, that means reducing the amount of driving, reducing the emissions from our fleet vehicles, improving our energy efficiency, and promoting renewables. Individuals really can make a difference to our air quality. Sometimes it's really frustrating to look out into the muck and not see the mountains and just feel like you really can't help us, but our air pollution really is comprised of many different sources. And so the biggest things that you can do as an individual are to avoid driving alone in your car, and there are a lot of ways you can do that, to reduce the emissions coming from your home, whether that's through not burning wood or making sure your furnace is tuned up and running well. The one thing that people don't necessarily realize is that the products that they use in their home, whether they're personal care products or cleaning supplies or other type of home repair products, actually put out volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, and those add up to some of the particulate pollution that we see in our inversions in the winter. And so as much as you can, avoid using aerosols for your hairspray or your room freshener or carpet cleaner and whatnot. And if you have any questions about the products that you want to use that are lower emission, you can go to the EPA's website. I think it's Safer Choice Products, and those will provide some low emissions options, including low VOC paints. If you want to learn more and find out how you can make a difference, go to slcgreen.com. We have an air quality menu that talks more about what you can do, and then if you'd like to remind yourself about what we're doing, you can click on that there. The other great resource is UCAIR, and that's ucair.org, and they have just done a fantastic job really breaking it down for people on how they can make a difference.
Next up is our History Minute.
Olene Walker, the first female governor of the state of Utah, was born Olene Smith in 1930. She received a bachelor's degree at Brigham Young University, her master's at Stanford, and completed her doctorate at the University of Utah, making her the only Utah governor to hold a PhD. Before she took her post as governor, she served in the state legislature for 8 years before deciding to run for Congress. It was in the midst of her burgeoning campaign that Mike Leavitt asked her to run as his lieutenant governor in the 1992 election. She decided she'd be able to do more good for the cause of education as lieutenant governor and accepted that post, abandoning her congressional run. For 10 years, she served as lieutenant governor fighting for education causes, When Governor Leavitt left office, she filled his vacancy, serving as the first female governor until 2005. During her time, she focused on bettering education, helping defeat school voucher legislation, and created early reading initiatives that had her at odds with the legislature. After she left office, she created the Olene S. Walker School of Politics and Public Service at Weber State University, and the state honored her by naming the Olene Walker Housing Loan Fund to help low-income Utahns find affordable housing. She passed away at the age of 85 in 2015.
That's it for another episode of Capital City News. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to learn more about how you can help reduce the air pollution, visit slcgreen.com. For SLC TV, I'm Poonam Kumar.